What's up, Jeff Will? We are. Yeah, I'm live. What's up? Hey. Hello? What's up, y'all? Come on in the chat room. Come, come on in the chat. What's up, CT Reed? What's up, Brother Love? CB from Birmingham, Alabama. Yeah. Since I got Frank Green and CT Reed in here, Brother Love, how y'all like the caffeine app so far with Craig Facts? I know y'all watch regularly. How y'all like that the new Craig Facts? What's up, Cheryl Bryant? What's up, Nikki the God? James? What's up, Brother Vernon? What's up, Linus? Like anytime I hear somebody named Vernon, I don't want to pronounce the name in the R in your name. I be like, like I have a homeboy named Vernon. I be like, here, this my nigga Vernon. Vernon is a very Vernon sound like a nigga that'll beat your ass, like Vernon Maxwell. But if you take that R out and pronounce it Vernon, sounds like a very distinguished fella there. Cat's named Vernon wear 3-piece suits to Taco Bell. Vernon sells crack in front of Taco Bell. See the difference? Vernon goes to listen to symphony orchestras. Vernon be shooting niggas to trap music. It's all in the pronunciation. It's all in the pronunciation. Oh, so y'all like the new Craig Facts? Good. Yeah, salute to Jade up in here. What's up, Dre Day? But love, you know I'm right. A nigga named Vernon will get a $10,000 check and spend $9,100 on rims, $200 on weed, $400 on a pair of jeans, and tell his kids he ain't got nothing left. That's what Vernon would do. Vernon is the kind of person that Vernon sponsors whole baseball teams. He buy the whole team uniforms. You know what I mean? Invite the kids out to a good restaurant like Ruth Chris. That's what Vernon does. Vernon drinks champagne. Vernon drinks Mickey's. See the difference? That's the difference. Vernon likes aged wine, Pinot Grigio, and shit like that. Vernon drinks Thunderbird. Cool, I'm glad y'all like the new Craig Facts. But yeah, we're gonna talk for a little bit. Cause first off, I'm going to upload the full video from Fox Soul. I will upload that. Usually they email me the whole file like the next week. So next week, I will upload the whole episode of Fox Soul that I did today with Cynthia G and Dr. Umar Johnson. And then I will also do a separate comment video where I play it, stop it, and comment. Like I did the last time I was on Fox Soul. I'm gonna do it like that. I was debating a lot of bitterness today. And what's up, Quan? I appreciate that, Kevin. You got the new book. I appreciate that. Hey, I had a hard time not laughing at that bang. I kept hearing that song Tariq had, the bang. But I didn't want to be disrespectful. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I had something loaded in the clip for any one of them motherfuckers after they said something sideways to me. But they didn't, so I'm respectful, you know what I mean? I don't go at women the same way I go at men. Even if I don't like a woman, if I vehemently disagree with her, I still treat women differently than I treat men. And I got a call after the show. Oh, before I even get into it, rest in peace, David Arnold. I gotta start off by saying rest in peace, David Arnold. This is a shocker, man. This is a shocker. The comedy world for the last year, we've been losing homies like at a higher rate than the Crips and the Bloods. Started last year when Nick Carthon died out of nowhere, and then Fuquan, Jack Knight. We lost back in January. We lost D Militant. We lost D Militant back in January. We just lost Roz Brown last month. We losing a whole class of like people who really brought joy to this world. D Militant, you know, we remember him from Comic View and Def Comedy Jam, and he wrote that book on comedy. The last time I saw D Militant, I was filming a documentary. I don't think the documentary ever came out, but it was up at Kevin Hart Studios. It was a documentary I was filming for something, but it was like back in like 2020, and we were filming that documentary up at Kevin Hart Studios. And I saw D Militant, but we didn't really get a chance to speak because I was with my man Al Toomer. And if those of you who remember Comic View from back in the day, you know Al Toomer. Very militant, very black, very pro-black comic, and his pro-blackness stopped him from going further. But they had a falling out. And so since I was with Al, I didn't really get a chance to talk to D Militant because it was just happenstance. It just happened to happen that way. We lost Roz Brown last month. We lost Teddy Ray. And people who know me, like, with Teddy's death, that hurt me. It didn't all the way surprise me because he wasn't looking good. My man Teddy wasn't looking good, man. He wasn't looking good. And me and Teddy had just had a conversation about just getting things back and, getting things in order. And I was telling him I'm a cook. I'm a cook more. But like, as a fat nigga, how as a fat nigga, you can't tell another fat nigga to lose weight. So I was, like, man, me and the wife would just cook more for you, bruh. And we never got a chance to cook because he passed away a few days after we had that conversation. And now David Arnold. I met David Arnold before I started doing comedy. I used to hoop with David Arnold back in like 2003, 2004, 2005. It was funny too, because like when we was out there hooping, it was me, David Arnold, Katt Williams would come out sometimes and hoop with us. Adam Sandler used to come out and hoop with us sometimes at LA Fitness. And this would just be like a random Tuesday. And that's the thing about being in LA. It'd be like me, David Arnold, Katt Williams sometimes, Adam Sandler. It would be some other comic. What's his name? Gerald Kelly and his son Isaiah Kelly. Isaiah was like in middle school. He'd be out there on the court with us. Now Isaiah Kelly's a grown-ass man opening for Lavelle Crawford all across the country. But David Arnold was always a nigga that when he missed a shot, foul. Like, nigga, you missed the layup. No, man, I ain't know it. I ain't gonna miss no layup, man, foul. I didn't even know David Arnold was a comedian until like one day I used to go, before I started doing comedy, I used to go hang out at the Comedy Union on Fridays, that when Rodney Perry used to host. And then one day I saw David Arnold come on stage. I was like, hold on, David's a comedian? I didn't see him as funny because he was always a nigga that would call foul. Anytime he missed a shot, foul. So there's no way in hell I saw him as a comedian. But he got on that stage and ripped it, man. David Arnold was a comedian's comedian. That motherfucker knew how to write a joke. He knew how to perfectly craft a joke. He was a great writer for TV shows and sitcoms. When they had that reboot of Frasier, he was a writer on that. He wrote for a lot of shit on BET. And he just got his break with that Netflix special. That Netflix special was funny as hell. He just got like a good break with that Netflix special. Because his Netflix special was so good. And then he's gone. And now he's gone. People, we got to do what we got to do, man. We can't be fucking around. We got to do what we got to do and get it done. I just dropped my book today. Well, earlier this week. I'll put the link in the description, but I just uploaded it to Amazon too. It's going to be on Amazon in there. But I prefer y'all buy it from me because I get all the money. I go through Amazon, they get. But I will have the paperback up on Amazon. I want y'all to get the paperback too. So the paperback will be up on Amazon like next week. The ebook will be on my website. But I put all that shit out, man. I'm always working. I'm always putting stuff out for y'all. We don't know when this shit is gonna end, man. David Arnold was in great shape. Shit, I'm the one that stopped going to the gym, not him. Hell, matter of fact, David Arnold was a major reason why I was fucking injured in the first place. Damn, I ain't never gonna see him again. I want to tell him the story. It just came good, nigga. I would always get fouled. Like, niggas couldn't guard me in the post. I was too big and too quick-footed, nigga, for me. But David used to hack the shit out of me. Man, I'd be going in and yak, up, under. David be like, nope, you ain't getting that layup. And that's how I ended up tearing my knee. It wasn't like one foul. It was just an accumulation of niggas always fouling me when I go to work in the post. And being 330 goddamn pounds, rumbling up and down the court 3 to 5 hours a day. But rest in peace, David Arnold, man. Rest in peace, David Arnold, man. Rest in peace, David Arnold. Gone suddenly, man. Gone suddenly. Man. Man, this is hard. But anyway, we're here to talk about that. I'm recapping. This is gonna be my first recap. I'm gonna do another recap again when I have the video. I'm gonna play parts and recap it. But today we're talking about dealing with these debating bitterness. When you're debating bitterness, you're not debating that person. You're debating the story that they told themselves. You're debating their coping mechanisms. You have people in life who, for whatever reason, did not get the results that they expected. And when that happens, you have people go one of two ways. either they keep trying and they don't give up. Look, just because you in your 40s or your 50s don't mean you haven't found the love that you want. It doesn't mean it's not gonna happen. Don't let these niggas go around telling you talking about something when it ain't gonna happen if you ain't married by the time you 32. It ain't gonna happen. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. I got a homegirl who got married 6 months ago. 49 years old, 2 kids. And she married a brother, a good brother too, makes well into the 6 figures. Happens all the damn time. So the thing is, but it happens when you're ready, when it happens in its time. It happens in its time. So you have those that are out there that may not have gotten the results that they wanted yet when it comes to their love life, but they still trying. They moving forward. And then you got the other ones who, for whatever reasons, haven't gotten what they wanted with their love life. And they blame everybody else. They project. And they project their own insecurities. See, the word projection is often overused. It's an appropriate word a lot of times, but it's too oftentimes overused, and it's used by people who really don't understand what projection is. They just hear that's something that people use, and they use it themselves, not really understanding what it is. And you can tell they don't understand it by the context in which they use it. All projection is whatever your insecurities are, you're putting them on the other person that's talking. So if your insecurities are black men are no good, well, what is that insecurity born out of? Are you single? Yeah. Do you have children? Yeah. Does it bother you that you're single and someone doesn't have your back? Well, based on your conversation, yeah. So instead of looking in the mirror and asking why is it like this, why these niggas keep leaving me, it's the men's fault. It's the man's fault. Oh, it's his fault. These men ain't shit. And then we had another person on the show who, from what I heard, that could have been a man. After the show, Kendall called me and was like, yo, that was a dude. And then I went and looked on the website, and it did have some transsexual advocacy type stuff. I don't know. I thought that was a woman. But people who saw it said that was a dude. I'm gonna have y'all make the determination when I get the video file and post it. The star says Scruncho. I looked on the Instagram and from some other angles, they did have a long neck. The nigga said I thought the chick was CGI. I hope for Brother Umar's sake it is a woman. Because he kept saying, because I have 2 beautiful sisters. Well, Umar made some good points. Them niggas was arguing all through the break though. That shit was funny. That one part, it was one segment I didn't even say a word. Them niggas got to arguing, and I was just kind of sitting there laughing. That shit was funny to me. And it was funny to me because I don't take anything serious. See, I've been getting a lot of comments today with a lot of people saying that those Cynthia G and other people and the other one were really making people angry. And I get it. I get it. I get it. But people like that don't make me angry anymore. They used to. Nowadays, I just see things for what they are. People are just playing their cards out. And I don't have the mental energy to take it serious or not. I just don't. To me, it's just neutral. I don't care. So when I was listening to Cynthia G talk, I just heard pain. I was just listening to pain and wondering, okay, where did the betrayal happen? I don't really know her background like that. But like, did father not show up at a critical moment? Was it a man that you had a lot of trust in, a lot of faith in, and at a key time in your life, he abandoned you? It was something. There was some traumatic event or a series of traumatic events that got her to where she is. And she speaks to women who've had a similar course in life. The bitter broad section. Those people don't make me mad. I look at them as case studies. I look at them as that when I see that, the only thing I think of, my first thought is, that's why, excuse me, it's important that us as the fellas, we really watch who we spray in. Like, brothers really got to watch who you go raw in, bruh. Man, it's some reproducing, and especially, and on top of watching who you go raw in, only have as many children as you can afford to be present there with. Like, I understand there are women who do things to keep the fathers away. I get that, brothers. But I'm talking about the situations where that's not a thing. Only have enough children to where you can spend some quality time with them. Because when you're not there, you create a legion of these warthogs that was all up in the chat room. I bet you 2/3 of the women in that chat room, I bet you 2/3 of them look like, what's her name? What's her name from that talk show? The comedian with the big old face. What's her name? I see her face, but I can't think of her name. She got the big ass mouth. She a comedian. What's her name? No, not Wendy Williams. The dark one. She was saying some shit about how she don't like her hair a few years ago. She a comedian too. What's her name? 2/3 of the chicks in there look like Nell Carter. And so I get it. I don't allow them to alter my mood. Yeah, Cheryl Underwood. That's her. Cheryl Underwood. Cheryl Underwood, yeah. Cheryl Underwood look like a rock'em sock'em robot. Yeah, man. So, man, I gotta make a run tomorrow. I'm running a little low. Shit. One thing I love about living in LA, I get my weed a quarter pound at a time. Let me get an ounce of this, an ounce of that, another ounce of that, and another ounce of that. Um, but you said they need to be caged. What's up, Stay Fly? And that's the one thing, and I'm glad you brought that up, Stay Fly, because they tried to say, they asked Tammy Mack asked me a question. And shouts out to Tammy Mack. I saw some people saying things that was like disparaging about her. I don't have any issues with Tammy Mack. She's a great host. You gotta understand, as a host, it's the host's job to keep the show moving. So the host is going to say what they need to say to keep the show moving. I don't take it personal, so you shouldn't either. She's a great host. I got to give it to her. Some of these other shows I've been on, not so great hosts. Tammy Mack's a great host. I don't have to agree with her political point of views to give her credit for what she's good at. And matter of fact, I don't even really know her political point of view. She, for the most part, stays neutral. But Tammy Mack pushes for these discussions. You notice these discussions generally only happen on her show. They ain't having these kind of discussions on those other shows on Fox Soul. So black people, and we know Fox Soul is doing what they can do to make money off blah 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 blah. But at the end of the day, when they're in control of the system, that's how it's gonna be. But anyway, in the show, they had said something about Tammy Mack asked me a question. She said, "Do black people do black men have any allies?" And I said, "Hell no." I said, "No, but hold on. Let me back it up. Let me back it up. Do we have any external allies? No." I said, "Our allies are within, man, woman, and child." I said, "That's our allies, man, woman, and child." I was like, with all this stuff they talk about with the women this, women that, people done forgot about the kids. And then Tammy Mack kind of played sly and then tried to act like she didn't know what I was saying. But again, that's her being a great host. That's what that is. She keeps the discussion going, and that's what she did. But that was my answer. Us together. I said black women on code and children. I made sure to specify that. Black women who are on code and children. And then Bayang jumped in and said something. And then I snapped back like I always do. Basically, it was like, all this you talking, who you with? Who the people you around? All these trash ass experiences you having? I mean, you around, in my head, I'm thinking, shit, you around a whole bunch of trash ass people. It's one thing to have a few bad relationships. Sometimes, like, some people have a hard time with love. Like, if I'm reading, like when I read cards, there are certain cards, like Three of Diamonds. Three of Diamonds people really aren't good at relationships. If you come to me to do a cardology reading and you're having issues with relationships, it's a good chance you're a Three of Diamonds. You could be a Seven of Hearts. Certain cards, Nine of Diamonds. Certain cards just have a tough time in relationships. It's not to say it's impossible. If you end up matching with the right card, you can, But even when even like if a 3 of diamonds person, even when 3 of diamonds people get in relationships, they're always complicated. Trump is a 3 of diamonds. Before he became president, he was cycling through wires every 9.5 years. Somebody said, let's ask when BM will take responsibility for their actions. Do you watch the news? Black men are the most prosecuted people on the planet, and it's not close. More when I say on the planet, I mean even more than countries like China. And China got 1 billion fucking people. Countries like India, they got 1 billion people. Black men, it's more black men in America in jail than those countries that have prison populations. We do take responsibility. Shit, we can't escape responsibility if we want to. If a black man don't pay child support, guess what happens? He gets his license revoked, he gets his passport revoked, and he has a hard time getting a job until his balance is paid up. He can't leave the country. Matter of fact, he can't drive down the road. That's taking responsibility. Black men are still continuing to build. Black men built this house called the House of Hip Hop. The House of Hip Hop that has employed a lot of black women. A lot of black women got a lot of work, whether it be rappers, DJs, Salt and Pepper, radio personalities, TV show hosts, movie stars, because of an industry black men built from our minds. Say thank you. And open your fucking eyes. Don't be an idiot. When the black men gonna take responsibility? You see, I worked with kids for a long time. You know how many mothers I saw that knew their sons were molested and didn't say anything to the police? Mothers that enable family members to molest their children. Do you see me ever going around talking about black women and how black women need to take responsibility? I understand that the black women that did those things got poison in their mind. And I'm not going to put that on all black women. You know how many black women I know? I got a cousin who's a fucking lawyer. He went ahead and he had a baby by some other chick before he got married. And then when he ended up getting married, the chick he had a baby by tried to get his new wife jumped, and while she was pregnant, and they had her kicking her fucking stomach because she was jealous because he went on to marry her, a different woman, and tried to have that woman lose that baby, jumped her out of bitterness. Stories like this happen every fucking day. Do you see me going around blaming black women saying, when are black women gonna take responsibility? No. I know that's because in a sick society, I expect sick behavior from a subculture of people. Every society has a subculture of degenerates. And anyone that says when a black man are gonna take responsibility, you're part of the subculture of degenerates. Let's make that very clear. You're who I'm talking about. You trifling son of a bitch. You don't ever see me going around blaming black women. You know, 99% of my clients, I dealt with the women. I only had like 2 or 3 clients where they had only a father. I dealt with women. I had this one woman who, when I had this one little precious little boy, man, this boy was a light of day. I can't say his name. But this little young king was the light of day. I used to look forward to seeing this kid when I was at work. I would go see him at school. He When I got him, they were like, he's very violent. He spit on his last advocate. He stabbed the kid in class, and they basically told me he's a little monster. When I got him, and I sat down, and my first day with him, that little boy smiled, and that little nigga was my best friend ever since. Man, me and this kid he was 7 years old. I used to teach him about math and about life through the game of dominoes. Let me give y'all some game on how I used to work with kids, and I still do sometimes when I get clients. I don't ever talk to kids about what are you doing, blah, 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 blah. I develop a rapport with kids, and I teach them game, and I teach them life, but I use games to do it. So I teach my little nigga the game of life through the game of dominoes, and how sometimes you gotta give up points to win the game. But sometimes you gotta score as many points as you can to stay away from to stay ahead of somebody else. And he was only 7 years old, but I'm telling y'all right now, black kids are hella smart. Our little babies are smart. You could talk to a 7-year-old like this, I promise you. This kid was in so-called special education that I was talking to like this, right? So I would talk to him about the game of life through the game of dominoes. And I would also, at the same time, help him with his math through the game of dominoes. And so the doctors wanted to put him on medicine because they were like, he stabbed a kid. But so I asked, when I spoke to the doctors, I said, what did he say when he stabbed? Why did he stab the kid? They were like, yeah, when he stabbed the other kid with a pencil, he said, I'm going to do you like Chucky. I'm going to do you like Chucky. And I said, Chucky. I said, Chucky's a movie. I said, Child's Play. And then the mom said, that's his favorite movie. He watches Child's Play almost every night. And he's been watching this movie since he was like 3. I'm like, well, this baby don't need medicine. This baby need to stop watching fucking Child's Play at 11 o'clock at night before he go to bed every night. How about that? You know what they did? They still put that baby on medicine. And our sessions when he will be with me, when he wasn't on medicine, the school will call me. The school will call me, hey, Dwan, little man acting up. I'll be way over in Watts somewhere with another kid. This kid's school was like closer to Inglewood. I get in my car, I drive that 16 miles from Watts to Inglewood down on 105 to the 405 exit La Cienega, and I will get there. And he will go from having a rage in school, I pull out them dominoes, and we play dominoes, and I would process with him. So, you slapped little Johnny over there. Why did you slap little Johnny? Well, he said something that I don't like. Well, what did little Johnny say? He talked about my shirt. I was like, so, he talked about your shirt. I said, well, now, was that worth you slapping him? Then we playing dominoes. I'm like, all right. What you got? Because I see you having a hard time adding. What you got? So I go look at his dominoes. Play this one. But play it that way. He said, but if I play it this way, I can score. Because it was blank on one side, it was 5 on the other, and he had 5 too. No, I take it back. It was a 5 on one side, 2 on the other. He had 5 too. I told him to play with the 2 facing outwards. He said, but if I play it the other way, I'll get 10. And I said, look at your hand. And he had 3 more deuces in his hand. I said, if you play it that way, you're going to make me go to the boneyard. If you don't score right now, you may not score right now, but you'll score at the end of the game and you'll score way more points. I said, he's like, I said, just like school. I said, just because this kid say something about your shirt, I said, you going to go slap him. Yeah, you got some points. You feel good right now, but now you're going to be suspended. Now your mom's not going to let you play the PlayStation when you get home. You're probably not going to be able to play PlayStation for a whole week. And you're not going to be able to watch any movies. So was scoring those points right now worth you winning the game? And so that's how I talk to 7-year-olds. And that's why my kids would always generally get better behavior when I work with them. I talk to them like they grown. Because they really are. They just don't have the experience. Their brains are fine. So it went from that to this kid getting put on medicine because the mama didn't want to deal with him. And the mama wanted to keep putting, even though I said he's going to get a punishment, I knew he wasn't. Because at the end of the day, all his mama's going to do was be mad at him for that night. But by later on that night, he was going to be watching Chucky. And he knew it too. I was just trying my best to teach him a lesson. But his mom, she was hell. I had another kid. This young man's in prison right now. I looked him up. He's one of the few kids whose names I can remember. I'm not going to say his name. He's in prison right now for 9 years. He was a kid that he came home from school one day and he was happy because he had a good day at school that day. He had to walk to get in his house. He had to walk to the top of the stairs. And his mom didn't take her medicine that day or whatever. I don't know. He come running up, and at the time, this boy 9 years old. He comes running to the top of the stairs to say, hey, Mom. She kicked him back down the stairs. Her 9-year-old son. She kicked him with her foot down the stairs. Who did he call? Me. So I done dealt with the biggest degenerate black woman you could ever find. Ask me, have I ever pointed a big finger at black women? Have I ever said all black women this, all black women that? Never in my motherfucking life. I got experience in this motherfucking world. I got experience in this shit. I don't say what black women need to do. I understand black women are under the same fucking system I'm under. And the system has ways it hits them that's different than the ways it hits me. Do I feel black men are the most targeted? Yes, and I feel that way based on the evidence presented by Dr. Frances Cress Welsing when she's talking about black men having the genetic material to change the color of the planet. So I subscribe to the Cress theory, and I see it that way because I'm an avid reader, and I have yet to read anyone that has come up with an argument that trumps the argument that Dr. Frances Cress Welsing put out. But does it matter that black men are more targeted than black women? No. Does it matter that black children could be more targeted than both? No. I'm the kind of person that none of us should be targeted. If black men had carte blanche, white male access to the world, and black women were targeted, I'd have a problem with that. I'd sacrifice my privilege to free her. That's how I see things. Either we all free or none of us is free. It don't matter that black men are more targeted. Women are targeted too. So we gotta do what the fuck we gotta do to help each other get out this fucking pit hole we in. Do like shit. Bend over and let me stand on your back, or I'm a fat nigga, so let me bend over and you can stand on my back to get higher up, or vice versa. We can help each other out this shitty ass hole we in. And then here come you dumb simple brain motherfuckers talking about some, when a black man gonna take responsibility? When are you gonna take responsibility for your tank smelling like an empty fish tank? Take responsibility for that. Put some baking soda down there or something, I don't know. You smell like spoiled collard greens talking about some, when a black man, sit your bitter ass down. That's why we need real fathers, fellas. Don't be spraying in these ain't shit women. And women, just because he don't want to be with you, don't mean he shouldn't see his kid. Don't get in the way of that man seeing his kid, and don't say bullshit about that man to his kids. Let them develop whatever opinion they develop for that father based on his actions. And if you hate him, but those kids love him, and you hate the fact that they love him, suck it up. You let them spray in you. Chill. I appreciate that, Chris. Quan is going to be up on Breakthrough tomorrow. Here it is. Is Dwan B. Go to Gumroad. Go to gumroad.com and type in my name, Dwan B. It should come up. Or the name of the book, Tell It Like It Is. Go to gumroad.com. I used to put this up on my site. I have a new web guy, and my web guy is one that push it up on my site now. But he just got back from vacation. Literally 2 hours ago, his plane landed. So hopefully he'll be able to put it up on Breakthrough and Hotepish tomorrow. I'm going to have it on Breakthrough and Hotepish. You say you just had a cheesesteak. No, I'm not jealous. I wouldn't want to eat no fucking cheesesteak this late. No, I'm not jealous. Matter of fact, I'm gonna be laughing when your ass be vomiting in 2 hours. You know, goddamn cheesesteak at no goddamn 2 in the morning. You crazy? Eat a cheesesteak at 2 in the morning. Be up at 4:17 a.m. I'm good. Yeah. But anyway, I guess Bitter Bernstein done left up out of here talking about some, when a black man gonna take responsibility. That's how you refute that right away. Right away. We have tangible evidence that black men take more responsibility. Black men in Congress are the most targeted for criminal investigations. You can look that up. Black business owners are the most targeted for predatory lending, bad finances, black male businesses. You could look that up. Black men are the most thrown in prison per 100,000, and it's by far. So that's clear evidence that we're the most prosecuted. Black men are the most targeted in the welfare system. So that's tangible evidence that black men, even if black men don't want to take responsibility, are forced to take responsibility, even when they just trying to build a business. Look, y'all, Woody's barbecue burned the other night, man. Let me tell y'all something. Tariq was just talking about black businesses being mysteriously burning down. The Woody's barbecue in Inglewood is a half a mile from the stadium. God damn, this truck just need a warm up, nigga? God damn. Anyway, the Woody's barbecue in Inglewood. The stadium is on Prairie. The Woody's is on La Brea or Hawthorne Boulevard. Well, it don't turn to Hawthorne until you get to Century. So it's still La Brea right there. It's a half a mile. And it caught on fire from an air conditioning unit on the roof at night. But guess what? That's the same way the other Woodies on Florence and Gramercy caught on fire a couple months ago. A faulty air conditioning unit on the roof. What the fuck is going on, people? Woody's barbecue is a staple in LA. I know the owner. My dad know the original Woody. I know his son. Me and his son are hella cool. The owner, like when I throw comedy shows here in LA, the owners come out to my shows. Some good black men. They let me, if I have some popping in LA, I ain't really been doing too many events over the last 10 years. But when I used to do events, my comedy shows, man, I could always take my flyers to Woody's. Leave a whole stack of them there at every Woody's. Now all of a sudden, the fucking air conditioning unit catching fire on the roof. What kind of shit is that? What's up, Legion of Knicks? 504 Gusto. Yeah, like the whole building didn't burn down the roof, but this what happened. The roof burnt on the other one too. And that happened like 2 or 3 months ago. And they still haven't opened up yet. Shit, those both, man, the one on Gramercy and the one in Inglewood, both of them hoes is like 12 minutes from my house. The one on Slauson is like way further away. That's closer to where I grew up. And I don't like the one on Slauson as much. The one in Inglewood, the best one. Them rib tips are the shit, boy. And the thing is, Woody's had just remodeled. Like they just refaced the whole building. Because, you know, the neighborhood is changing. There's a lot of white people moving in. So Woody's had that same ragtag look forever. They just this past year modernized the whole building. So how the fuck the air conditioning unit catch on fire? That building was just updated within the last year. This that kind of on the ground reporting you ain't gonna get from somebody who don't live in LA. I'm an LA nigga there. I know what the fuck is going on. I knew exactly who to call to find out how that Woody's caught on fire. I knew how that bitch caught on fire before they posted it on ABC News. And I was just thinking about going there last week to get some rib tips. Damn it. I'm about to go to the one on Slauson. I hate going to the one on Slauson. Hey, Larry, you know. Hey, Larry, it's the Woodies by KD's old barbershop. You know that Woodies. Nigga, Larry know every time we go to the barbershop to kick it. We pulling up to Woodies, goddammit. Hey, barbecue sauce is the best. I be trying to get my barbecue sauce like theirs. I ain't got it yet. Yeah, but anyway, that's what I brought up on that Fox Soul thing. Like, black businesses out here getting targeted. I got people that are under nuisance laws. Tariq ain't bullshitting. I personally know people who got units that are facing nuisance abatement laws. That shit is real out here. That shit is real. And you got people like on that Fox Soul, them chicks. And like the one chick that people are saying could be a man, I don't know. She want to talk about, I basically told her, I said, we're being attacked economically, black men. There's no black male social safety net. And when you take away the economy, the ability to earn income, you break down the bottom level of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And if the base of the hierarchy of needs isn't intact, you can't build anything on top of that. And these two bonehead heifers could not, they couldn't get it. Hell no, we ain't got no black city manager. I think the city manager's a Mexican. What was it, Janet? No, that's not Janet. She used to be. I can't vote. I can't vote in LA. I haven't been able to vote. I've never been able to vote for LA mayor since my voting age. I've either lived in Gardena, which is, nigga, if I go down the street about a mile, I'm in literally LA. Or I lived in LA County, right in the center of LA. But LA got certain parts, wherever the sheriff patrol, that's technically LA County. Even though LA, and it has no particular mayor. It just is under the jurisdiction of LA County, not LA City. But areas like off like Normandy and Century, that's like that. That's the unincorporated. Areas like San Pedro and 135th, that's like that. View Park, Ladera Heights is like that. Marina Del Rey is like that. Anywhere the LA County Sheriff Patrol is like that. So a lot of the LA City politics, I've always been able to vote for what's going on in LA County, but not LA City. Oh yeah, city manager could definitely make things happen, but the issue is the city manager's down with the bullshit. So why would they make something happen? The city manager is for the shenanigans. Hell, it's probably the city manager telling them to do it. For all I know. Nah, we want that area. Do what you gotta do. Just make it technically legal. Oh, 11-11. What's up, Latavia? Hell no, they ain't black. Even if they were black, I look at Inglewood. When Inglewood's mayor was Roosevelt Dorn, that jackass back in the 90s, Dr. Claude Anderson came to Inglewood with his fish market plan, got a whole bunch of black people to buy shares, and Roosevelt Dorn, Mayor Inglewood, said, nah, we ain't gonna support it. Niggas wasn't shit. Man. Hot as fuck here in LA, man. You can't trust a nigga named Roosevelt. Yeah, I hope Hoodies bounce back too, man. They some cool ass people. Yeah, man. And rest in peace, David Arnold, man. Gosh. Damn. Did not see that one coming. And we're all just at Teddy's memorial. It's like, man, the people that I grew up watching, they're starting to leave one by one. Even some of my contemporaries. Sometimes I be having regrets, like not going harder with stand-up comedy. Because when I went hard, I was ahead of the curve. I just pulled back because I was going through some shit in my life at that time. But it's like, when I was out there for them first 6 years I was doing comedy, 5 years, I was out there 4 to 5 nights a week. You know, you develop a certain brotherhood, a certain friendship with these people. You see them every night, sometimes 2 or 3 times a night. I'll be on the same shows. Got a road gig in Sacramento, and they're riding together. See, y'all both on the same show, so shit, let's roll together, you know? And so to see these cats leaving one by one, man, shit. I'm only 41, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, Jay Matthews, that man was Roosevelt Dorn. Yeah, he was black. You know, black men named Roosevelt, them niggas drive Lincoln Roadmasters. I appreciate that, Antonio and Justin. Yeah, man. Hey, everybody, black mayors be having sorry names. That nigga name was Roosevelt. You should have known a nigga named Roosevelt. And he had one of those Roosevelt mustaches. Like, here, go look up Roosevelt Dorn. He had like the sideburns and the mustache. He looked like a nigga named Roosevelt. Nigga something. Roosevelt. That nigga called the Temptations young people's music. That's how old a nigga named Roosevelt is. When you call the Temptation and Aretha Franklin young folks music. For real, for real. You rather do something to Deacon at the church name. Niggas named Roosevelt. Man, I would not trust him. Don't ever let a nigga named Roosevelt know where your cash box is. If you own a restaurant, don't ever let Roosevelt work the cash box. Make Roosevelt the janitor, some shit like that. Don't ever let a nigga named Roosevelt have access to the money if you own a business. A nigga named Roosevelt will take every time. And don't trust niggas with thick ass eyebrows either. I'm sorry, I have to give this public service announcement. Not all people with thick eyebrows are evil. Salute to one of my homeboys. Got thick ass eyebrows. He a good dude. But most of you niggas with thick ass eyebrows, where your eyebrows are like it's two thumbs over your face, you niggas are not trustworthy. Like if ever I see a nigga with thick ass eyebrows get quiet, I'm gonna assume that nigga stealing. Like Ronald Isley, that nigga didn't start looking normal until he put them sunglasses over those thick ass eyebrows and rocked a gray beard. Now he looking younger than he ever looked. But I remember watching Ronald Isley videos back in the 90s. And when he would come on camera, me and my sister be laughing our ass off. I'll never forget one time, it was one of those Ronald Isley videos from the 90s. That shit was on Video Soul. The video came on, me and my brother, my sister, we didn't know who the fuck that was. Like we knew that, we heard the Isley Brothers song. But again, this before the internet. This back in the days of the radio, you didn't know how nobody looked unless you had their album. So Ronald Isley would come on camera, me and my brother and my sister be laughing our ass off like, who's this thick eyebrow ass nigga right here? We be laughing like, man, if you don't get this thumbs of fury eyebrow ass nigga out of my face. Then my dad walked through, was like, what y'all laughing at? We was like, we laughing at this nigga with these thick ass eyebrows. My dad was like, oh, that's Ronald Isley. Man, and he was walking through the hall. My dad came and sat down. He was like, Ronald Isley got a new song? Ronald Isley got a new song? So my dad came and sat down. We was like, Ronald Isley? You mean this thick eyebrow ass nigga? I said that to say, I don't trust niggas with thick eyebrows. Don't ever let a nigga with thick ass eyebrows know which pocket you put your wallet in. Never. Thick eyebrow niggas are mischievous. What y'all talking about? Man, I'm about to get the fuck up out of here. Whenever I get the video Tammy Mac show, I'll get it and I'll put it up and I'll do a side-by-side commentary on it. In the meantime, don't be bitter. Understand no matter what you've gone through, there could possibly be someone out there for you. But as long as you're going to be bitter and on that bullshit, ain't nobody of quality going to come around your raggedy ass. All right? I'm out, y'all. Y'all have a good one.